Out with the old and in with the new, Happy Fortune officially closed its doors. What's next? LaSalle students have yet to know. Hello, I'm Madison Elliott.
And I'm Corey Meredith. Spring is finally here, which means baseball season has arrived. What does this mean for the Phillies and their season? We have all of this and more coming up on LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney Avenue, Philadelphia, and the world.
There is a lot to catch up on in this next half hour, as LTV News reporter Kirsten McDonald had the chance to sit down with one of LaSalle's Fulbright scholars for this week's interview. But first, let's start with the buzz around campus.
Late night pizza rolls are officially a thing of the past. That's right, the local favorite Happy Fortune closed its doors on Tuesday, April 4th. Many LaSalle students are still outraged and in disbelief about the closing, but are looking forward to seeing what new restaurant will be taking over. The workers of Happy Fortune are still devastated that they had to shut their doors, but felt that it was important to share a few last words with their loyal customers, saying, quote, "We appreciate the memories we've shared together and we hope to meet again. Thank you for your support, patience, and understanding," end quote.
The Association for Women in Communication hosted its annual Speed Networking Night on Tuesday, March 28th in the Communication Center. The event brought back communication alums to their alma mater to share their experiences of working in the field with current students. The panel consisted of 9 alumni currently working in mass media, public relations, communication management, and journalism. The event began with a Q&A with the panel before students broke into smaller groups to meet with each of the alumni individually. Students were encouraged to network with the alums after the event concluded to make everlasting connections.
Greek Week is back for another year here at LaSalle. Students involved in Greek life are coming together to raise money for charities and have fun. This year's theme is Greatest Hits of Greek Week, with each organization representing an artist such as Justin Bieber or Britney Spears. The week began on Monday, April 3rd with a banner contest in the quad. The banners display each sorority and fraternity singer, and they are hung on the union balcony for all to see. Throughout the entire week, there is a Penny Wars contest. Students table in the union and take penny donations for charities. Tuesday marked a Raise to Raise Canned Good collection. The fraternity who brought in the most cans, Signify Lambda, with a total of 2,444 can donations from their brothers alone. Delta Phi Epsilon takes the cake for sorority can donations, totaling 1,607 cans. The jam-packed week continues with some fun in the Heyman Center on Wednesday. Greek Olympics features competitive games in dodgeball and volleyball. It also has a 3-legged race, obstacle courses, and a 3-point shootout. Thursday, the Greek organizations join the rest of campus in celebrating all the hard work that students have put into their campus Movie Fest projects. Finally, the week concludes with Greek God and Goddess. The night takes the form of a pageant with the god or goddess showcasing theme wear, talent, and formal wear. Each organization performs a dance to the music of their designated artist. The dance combines months of hard work and fun that each Greek student puts into this week-long celebration each year.
The first week of April began a 4-day symposium on human trafficking at LaSalle University. The 4-day event takes the name I Am the Cause, I Am the Solution. Many departments were on board the planning and sponsorship committee, including Catholic Relief Services, student ambassadors, diplomat and resident programs, public health department, and the university office mission. The symposium kicked off Monday night with a keynote address from the permanent observer for Vatican City of the United Nations, Archbishop Bernardino Azu,
So for the last few months, an organizing team, including faculty, students, and this administrator, we've been working to plan this symposium called I Am the Problem, or I Am the Cause, I Am the Solution. So this is an effort to raise consciousness about one of the great problems, both in our country and in the world, human trafficking. But I think this is the first time we have put together a symposium that spans 4 days, right? We were initially, when this organizing team came together, we were just thinking 1 day, and then it became 2 days, and then all of a sudden it ballooned very nicely to 4 days.
LaSalle students continue the LaSallian tradition of making an impact on the community. The Leadership and Global Understanding capstone class is doing just that by hosting a food drive. Callie Montana has the story.
Each year, the Leadership and Global Understanding capstone class at LaSalle University tries to make an impact on the community. They do so by teaming up with local organizations as well as Fresh Grocer to raise money for a food drive.
42 million Americans live in food insecure households.
Food insecurity is a major issue in this community and something that no one should have to suffer with.
So we've been working in pairs with different faith-based organizations throughout the semester. So most of them have food distribution programs, and the food drive is going to go to those communities that we've been working with.
It's 13 faith-based organizations that we're partnering with, and we're working again with them to have a wonderful day and provide support and fight food insecurity in North Philly.
For me to connect with those people that I have not met before, and also to help those people who definitely need the extra help.
It's a wonderful opportunity for us at LaSalle to have a deeper relationship with the members of the community and for us to make a difference.
Form a relationship with the community and do something for another group of people.
Really emphasizes what community building is and community partnerships.
Building meaningful relationships with the community outside of the university. It's all about kind of that relatively recent initiative of working with the neighborhood and community members.
I know for, let's say, 2 weeks, there's a family that will be enjoying fresh produce rather than eating, fast foods or other kinds of unhealthy food that can affect your health.
The LGU food drive will be held on April 7th, and anyone is welcome to come out and support the cause. For LTV News, I'm Callie Montana.
A fellow explorer is making his mark, and oh boy, it's something new, exciting, and impressive. Kirsten McDonald has the details.
Hey everyone, today I'm right here on campus at the School of Business in the Innovation Lab for UIF, University Innovation Fellowship students. Here we see all the ideas of students come to the business world, but our friend Isaac, who is a member of UIF, is going to show us how those ideas come to life from the process of starting them to finish, which is right here. Let's check it out. Student Isaac Prentice gave me a tour of the many innovative centers on campus. The tour began where ideas are shared at the Integrated Science and Business Technology Conference Room, also known as ISBIT.
This is where our ideas come to life. This is where we say, this is what we've learned over the past week. There are more than 1,000 of us innovation fellows from around the world.
Wow.
So we have a group where we all get to talk to each other, see what other schools are doing, what other people are doing, and sort of see how we can make the biggest impact on our campuses.
Next, Isaac and I traveled over to the library to check out how these concepts are made into products.
So here we are in the Innovations Factory, right here in the basement of the library. This is the home of the Makers Movement on campus. So Isaac, tell me a little bit about the Makers Movement and what you guys do in this room.
So this room is kind of more where we do the 3D printing, manufacturing.
As
This
you
is
can
where the
see.
thought process that I talked about in the conference room comes to life. So if you look over here at this printer right now, someone had designed a golf tee, and they decided, rather than going and buying one, why don't we just print one? So now you see them actually printing, you see them in process, and this is kind of the place where if you have an idea, this is where it really comes to life. This is where you can turn an idea from a flat piece of paper into a three-dimensional product that you can actually use.
So we just came from the library. Now we're headed over to the School of Business, and what are we going to see there?
So the difference between the library and the School of Business is that is where you create the idea, and the business building is where you bring it to life.
First, we saw that innovative ideas are shared in the ISBIT conference room. Then we checked out the Library Innovation Factory to see how students make their ideas come to life. Our final stop is the Innovation Lab, which is in the School of Business. This helps students who are innovative thinkers become entrepreneurs in the business world.
Here you're figuring out how to take it to the next level, get people interested in what you've done, and market the product. So we run it through a simulation of a business model canvas, which is sort of the new 21st century model of a business plan. Instead of spending, 30 pages worth of time on information that nobody wants to read over, this is a short, clear, concise pitch on what you're doing. So you would use simple sticky notes like this, and that would explain to people what it is in a short, brief, clear-cut way.
Great. So for example, we saw those little golf tees over in the library.
Yeah.
Now what would you do with them here?
Yeah, so with those, you obviously run it through here again.
Okay.
You would look at things such as value proposition. Why would someone want to buy your golf tees versus someone else? You know, maybe yours don't break as easily, or yours, you know, they flex more, which is what people want.
Okay.
And then you'd run that through, you know, how can you make money? How much is it going to cost? If they're cheaper to make than a wooden golf tee, maybe you'd want to go with those. So there's a lot of different ideas that you can run through here to see, you know, is this worth it? Is this worth putting time, energy, and money into before actually making this a full-scale production where you would take it to a manufacturer?
LaSalle University is definitely keeping up with the times. I'm Kirsten McDonald, reporting for LaSalle TV News.
When you hear the words Fulbright Scholar, what words come to mind? Extraordinary, talented, and unique might be a few. LTV News reporter Kirsten McDonald got to sit down with Fulbright Scholar Bilal Aslati. He is currently getting his MBA right here at LaSalle University. Check it out.
Hi everyone, my name is Kirsten McDonald and today I'm sitting down with Bilal. Bilal, can you tell us about yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Bilal. I'm currently a Fulbright Scholar from Tunisia. I made it here 9 months ago. Enrolled in the business building as an MBA. So overall, that's my who I am. I'm basically as a software engineer. I have been working as a software engineer for the past 3 years.
Wow.
And then I kind of was deciding a long time ago to move on in business, not only using coding. So I was looking for a way to do it. I was about to apply by my own, but once I have a talk with my cousin, he was telling me about one of his friends who just made it from US. And he was telling me, you can apply for a scholarship called Fulbright. And I was kind of triggered by it. And we had kind of a dinner together with this girl come from Washington. And she was talking with me and explaining to me what is Fulbright. Yeah. And I was introducing myself to her, and when we were discussing, she was telling me, you are completely a Fulbright Scholar, you have to apply.
Awesome.
So it's mainly a personality thing, how you perceive things and how they look for, like what kind of people they are looking for. I'm not going to praise myself or anything, it's just, I will probably walk you through my experience, how I went through all this process. It's not only 1 or 2 years. Things you do is a whole lifetime investment. You invest first in language.
Okay.
So as you know, currently it's our 3rd language. So
right. So to catch everybody up, so you're from Tunisia,
yeah.
And so when did you start learning English?
We start learning it at school.
Okay.
Maybe since I was 11 years old.
Wow. Okay.
But my level was until I got graduation as a software engineer was really average.
Okay.
So what happened is I traveled. I was working in India for 1 year.
Cool.
I could practice, improve my English. I have always this willing of learning. So I was just okay to apply, you know, with my level. So there were many people who were like better than me in English, but it's only how you perceive life and how your impression about global, you know, most of those I met, because we are keeping in touch with all the Fulbrighters from Tunisia and all the world, we see a kind of pattern between all of us. First, you see, I'm not talking about myself, but they are really smart, these people.
Right.
So they are successful in their studies, but it's not the main thing. I have a friend he's kind of really bad in studies, and he was like barely passing every year, but he made it as a Fulbright Scholar just because he don't look for a normal life. He doesn't look for a normal life. He just look ahead. We all of us are changing our fields. 2 of my really close friends, we was to study together, the same class, got a Fulbright scholarship the same year.
Wow.
One is doing right now, he's a software engineer now, he's doing robotics.
Okay.
And the other is doing politics. From software engineering doing politics currently at the US, you have to dare it, but you have to show it. You have to show that you can do it and you're willing to do it. So most of them have abroad experience, they travel, and most of them are crazy, like the technical way to say it.
Right.
They are really nuts, these guys. I mean, they dare to do different things.
Right.
They perceive life totally different, and they are really into peace.
Well, being a Fulbright scholar is a huge honor. I mean, it's very rare to receive that. So you found out about it through a friend, and then how did you approach the interview process? Can you tell everyone
Sure.
like what it's like to become a Fulbright scholar?
So the applications process is really tough.
Okay.
The first you have to send you have to apply formally, like I wanted to apply. You register yourself, and then you have to write a report. One is your studies objectives, what you're planning to do after coming back, and your personal statement.
Okay.
So these two are main focus, and then they will call you in short list of interviews. It was the toughest interview I have in my life. I had hundreds of interviews. I'm not kidding. I had hundreds, but that one was, I had like 8 persons in front of me. Wow. Couple of them from Tunisia, a couple of them from US, and it was really intimidating. But if you go there talking and you don't care about losing, you know what how I introduce myself? I usually think about it. If this is one of the interviews, like advice I would like to give and even get if someday someone give it back to me, is you have to put yourself as these people interviewing others. They have every 30 minutes a new interview, like a dozen of interviews every day.
Right.
And you come at 4 p.m. How will you expect them to receive you? Some of them, after talking to them, after getting the graduate, like the scholarship, he was telling me, I got dizzy and I fainted because it was really tiring. So you have to perceive it how they look at it. And I have one rule in I set my one rule. When I get there, I need all of them to go out laughing. You know, you are so frustrated all the day talking with people. And how will you feel about people, like you are kind of tired and you don't want to get rid of every of the interviewee. But if you set yourself aside by making them laugh and relaxing them, people don't remember what you're saying. They will remember how they made them feel.
Exactly. I know that Fulbright scholars, they really look for applicants who not only have the academic success, but also leadership qualities, and that definitely is a testament of that.
I was I have a lot of friends, actually. It's not an individual success. I had a lot of people advising me and helping me. Nobody will be successful by his own. It's a really tough process. So I was talking with one of my cousins. She's really very successful woman, and she got an application for MBA, and my case was an MBA, which is tougher than even having Fulbright. It's applying Fulbright as an MBA, they got 1 or 2 every year. It's really tough.
Wow, okay, so 1 or 2 every year, and one of them is sitting right here at LaSalle University.
So I was thinking, how can I get their attention? Being an engineer, well, I got people graduating from very highly successful universities and still getting it. So I was thinking, how can I get it? And she just advised me, don't write a blushy report.
Right.
Just write a project. And so I made it a project from whatever you have. So my advice is to see what you have been through all your life, whatever success you have done, and build on that. So mine is really funny. I co-founded a video game community there.
Wow. Okay.
So I have this network of video game. And I was telling them that I will come here just to learn how to manage, and then come back and do some video games industry, like really making it happening, because it's happening currently. I kind of was part of why it's starting. So they believe in that. I still believe that I have to do it, and I will do it. So you need to get an idea, you need to get the project, you need to focus and see what are your assets and how you can use them to get advantage with the others. So again, Fulbright Scholar is not only for foreigners. There is a Fulbright Scholar for United States citizens. I met one of them just on the train 2 days ago. It was like random person talking about Fulbright. I was like, hi, I'm Fulbright as well. So these people go abroad to do the researches. They send them for 1 year or 2 years to do some research or do some studies as well. So you can apply for it. I met a couple of US citizens apply and got the scholarship. Don't think it's only about grades. It's you as a person.
All right, Biel, thank you so much for sharing about what the Fulbright Scholarship is and how it does go beyond the academic success and how you have to be a leader and show unique qualities like yourself. So thank you so much for coming in studio. Really appreciate it. Back to the desk.
It's time for our first commercial break, but when we come back, we'll tell you how a tiny act of kindness can brighten up someone's day, as well as give you a tasty inside look at the Manayunk Street Food Festival. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Eddie Dunn, host of LaSalle's favorite TV game show, Q&A. I'm here today to tell you to watch LaSalle TV. Though if you're seeing this commercial, that means you're already watching LaSalle TV. So I guess keep it up. You're doing an awesome job. I hope you like what you're seeing.
Welcome back to LTV News. On the corner of 8th and Market, a man named Brennan Jones and his fiancée Tasha Royal did a nice deed by giving out free haircuts for the homeless people around the area. Lots of people who were walking on 8th Street that day applauded Jones and his fiancée for the acts of kindness. Some even gave them a little money for the work that they had done. Jones has been cutting hair for almost 10 years, and he says that he hopes to one day be able to do this for the homeless in all 50 states.
The 2017 Manayunk Street Festival is back on April 9th. Bring some friends and your appetite to historic Main Street, where you can eat everything from savory barbecue to sweet treats. The festival will feature over 50 food trucks from around the city, as well as gourmet vendors. Local businesses will also join vendors on the street, where they will feature sidewalk sales and promotions from some of your favorite Main Street stores. There will also be live music at Green Lane, Cotton Street, and Schurz Lane. This is an event for everyone of all ages.
Spring has sprung, and with it comes another baseball season. Our hometown Phillies traveled to Great American Ballpark to take on the Cincinnati Reds. The Phils got off to a hot start with a lead-off home run by second baseman Cesar Hernandez. The Phillies' approach at the plate was quite impressive and caused Reds pitcher Scott Feldman to throw 99 pitches over his 4 2/3 innings. The Fighting's offense was supported by an excellent outing by Jeremy Heckelson on the mound, who made his second consecutive opening day start for the Phillies. The Phillies ace limited the Reds to 1 run over 5 innings pitched before turning the game over to the bullpen. By the time the Phils recorded the final out, they had outlasted a resilient Cincinnati team to the tune of a 4-3 victory.
The Barta Mile expansion is set to have its grand opening on April 22nd. The trail will run along the bank of the Schuylkill River between Grays Ferry Avenue and 56th Street. Besides a new location for outdoor recreational activities, this path also extends through the historic Barnum Gardens, a place known to be linked to significant figures in history. This addition to the Schuylkill Banks recreational trail captures the history of Philly and will allow people to see scenic views of the city.
Back in 2013, the political scandal known as Bridgegate accused and convicted multiple members of Governor Chris Christie's staff of purposely closing lanes on the George Washington Bridge in order to cause dangerous traffic jams. This scandal was known as the one which took Governor Christie out of the 2016 presidential race and forfeited him a potential spot as President Trump's VP. This long-running saga is not over, as 2 former associates of Christie's were sentenced last week. There is another unscheduled future sentencing brewing for former Port Authority official David Wildstein, who also played a prominent role in the Bridgegate scandal while previously pleading guilty and testifying against defendants Bill Baroni and Bridget Kelly. Documents that provide details on a potential mistrial proposition as well as a disclosed jury problems will be released to the public sometime this month.
In a 39-8 decision, the Pennsylvania Senate passed a proposal that temporarily funds to improve the delivery of services to people filing for unemployment. This is reaction to last fall when the state Senate failed to approve a long-term fund for unemployment. This leads to the closure of 3 unemployment centers and 500 workers being laid off, causing long lines for filing claims of unemployment. This short-term proposal gives $15 million to help fix some of the problems the system has been facing. The bill still has to go to the Pennsylvania House for approval and then to Governor Wolf to be signed.
Coming up after the break, we'll tell you if your favorite color crayon will soon be a thing of the past after 27 years.
Oh.
it's the place to be. What we got is what you need. Come and follow me on a trip through the campus with my squad at the Union in the Union. See my man's Todd at the call on the hammers like a savage. He be on the camera like 1, 2, 3 action. Makes it sounds back to back and that's a fact. D1 Sports we never lack. Calm center, almost there, north to south. Man, that walk is never fair. Passing battles straight to Newman. See some kids and tell them join the crew. As he enter the studio with the new recruits. LaSalle TV, enjoy it near you.
A time of mourning in Russia as the death toll rises from a suicide bombing in the St. Petersburg subway system on Monday, April 3rd. Russian authorities say 14 are now declared dead and dozens injured. The bombing, which struck at 2:20 local time, carried out as Russian President Vladimir Putin was visiting his hometown historic city to meet with Belarusian Representative Alexander Lukashenko. Security sources have dubbed the explosive devices as, quote, homemade with a blast equivalent to 200 grams of TNT. The GKNB has identified the suicide bomber as Kyrgyz-born Russian citizen Akbarzan Jalilov. A second bomb disguised as a fire extinguisher was also found in the subway system, but failed to denotate. President Putin visited the subway station in St. Petersburg late Monday night to pay his condolences and said, quote, the city authorities and, if needed, the federal authorities will take the necessary measures to help the families of those affected by the blast.
Now switching gears a bit, for the first time in history, Crayola is retiring a color from the 24-pack. Crayola had planned on announcing the surprise retirement on March 31st, National Crayon Day, but a Target shopper spotted a spoiler on the 120-pack the day before and notified the web that the yellowish color, Dandelion, would be no more. Crayola is kicking off Dandelion's retirement by sending the color on a 4-week retirement tour from April 1st to the 24th. Dandy is making stops throughout the United States, and if you want to keep up with the tour, follow #CelebrateDandelion on Instagram. For now, Crayola is offering discount prices on select Dandelion products, and the company has already revealed that a new bluish color will replace Dandelion. The catch? You get to decide on its name for a chance to win. Well, that just about wraps it up for this episode, but be sure to find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV on our Facebook page. We love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
If you missed the scoop and want to see it, you can find episodes on YouTube on our LaSalle TV Philly page.
Until next time, for Cora, Kirsten, and the entire crew, I'm Madison Elliott. Thanks for watching LTV News, where the action never stops.